Likely to get charged up. Well, you got to get charged up too, or else they're just going to wipe your team out.
Exactly that. And look here, already seeing Clash going on the offensive, as are ZEROZONE. So actually, both of these teams placing that bow gadget down, but going for the kill. And the first kill comes in the way of Clash with that takedown, giving them 1-star lead then over ZEROZONE, who did pick up the middle star.
All right, a cautious follow-up from both of these teams. They're going to stay on their own side of the map. A little bit of poking in here. You're going to see the Brock from Clash actually going to be able to use his super to clear out most of the bushes over there on the left side of the map. Didn't actually finish off the entirety of it, so you see him firing off that incendiary shot to try to finish off the remainder of any possibility of an attack over on the left side. A sneaky hit from Leopard, though, will get the kill, and Guille goes down. Equalizer from ZEROZONE as they actually pull 1-star ahead now.
I love that play from Leopard, being very cautious and patient and just waiting for that incendiary to wear off, and took Clash by surprise. The super was spot on, and now it's ZEROZONE with the advantage. Another super from Leopard as well, not quite able to finalize the kill and just avoiding that mine there to hold ZEROZONE in the lead, and Frustrated just clearing that left-hand side fully now to ensure that no one slips through from Clash.
We now do have a full break in those bushes, so there's no way to sneak through without the opposing team being aware of it. We've got a totem still up on the ZEROZONE side of the map, and they're going to defend hard against this upcoming attack. Chaos gets walloped, and Leopard, the MVP of this game with 4 stars, is looking really strong to clinch victory.
I can't believe Trevor survived that moment there. It's so weak, and more supers going down, raining down on Clash. Oh my goodness me. It's
wow.
Almost Trevor able to stay alive. It's not going to make the difference, and ZEROZONE coming out really strong in that first game. Exciting stuff.
Yeah, hats off to Trevor. If there was going to be some way to make that happen, he was playing his part to be sure. But Leopard had just gotten so many kills earlier on in that game that there was no way for Clash to make the comeback happen. ZEROZONE victorious in game number 1 against Clash EU.
For me, Clash needs to definitely spend a lot of time keeping an eye on Leopard. He's very sneaky playing Tara.
Bounty is a really crucial game mode here, and so we'll get a chance to see who's going to take it on. It's going to be Brock on both sides, once again using that incendiary to try to deny access whenever those bushes are still up.
Okay, so low does go down as well already. ZEROZONE in the lead. Clash just kind of hunkering down and hoping, I guess, that their supers are going to be able to pull them through. But the lead now is with ZEROZONE, who are going to be breaking up the map, looking to shut down visibility or sort of invisibility in that respect. And Gear with the super pop of that gadget there, Leopard with the return, and now everyone can see everyone. EA goes down the lead, even more so of ZEROZONE now.
Ooh, clever hop there from Frustrator, able to deny the damage from that bow mine. But wow, taking quite a few hits here. ZEROZONE are now in quite a bit of trouble as the firepower is really starting to heat up from Clash EU. They don't manage to get any of those brawlers down, though, so even though they've been spreading the damage thick, it's actually been pretty widespread and hasn't been able to narrow down on any one particular brawler. Only 2 stars for Clash as we're in our last minute now and their last chance to keep this win on the board.
I gotta say, I'm loving these big brain plays from ZEROZONE. So much going on. Adri just using mines to just really force Clash's hand, keeping them towards the ZEROZONE spawn. Frustrated jumping away from Guille's super pop, and this is a fantastic sight to see such competence from a newcomer against Clash, who are, arguably one of the strongest teams in Europe, Woody.
Ooh, Leopard's really getting cornered there, gets taken down, and that's giving Clash EU an opening here. If they can just take out Frustrator, that's a tie game now. One more kill could actually put them in the lead. Guille forced back, though, not going to be able to support this attack as he's really low on hit points, but a draw is a good result for Clash EU, behind by so many stars until just this last few seconds of the game.
Wow, I mean, it was cutting it fine. I've got to say, I felt personally that ZEROZONE were in control for the majority of that game and showed a lot of signs of good control, but Clash did bring it back. They did equalize and now might be questioning again the comp, or they might just carry on and hope that they've learned from these past mistakes as a draw, but it's making the mark. But today is a great opportunity for them. They've got to be in good spirits now.
Yeah, and it kind of bears mentioning that you can do really, really well in those qualifiers and just not make it to the championship at the end of the month. You can get really far in and, you know, only 10, 20 points, but making it to this monthly championship gives you an opportunity to score so many points onto that leaderboard. So now that they've finally broken past that barrier, I expect to see them many times in the months to come.
Yeah, absolutely. They're going to be looking to just continue this this same path, and it's a great team they've been putting together. And I actually play on ladder with Frustrator quite a lot, so I know him well, and he's a very accomplished player. The takedowns goes down there, Leopard on 4 stars, but again, is that going to go against ZEROZONE in the grand scheme of things, having such a high bounty there? And ZEROZONE definitely take down Trevor. Oh, the mine shot.
All 3 mines triggered, and iChaos has walked right into the bear trap. Nicely done there by DrDarkness, setting those up in that choke spot right over there on the right side of the map.
The gadget pop then by Guille will reveal ZEROZONE to Clash now. Guille will be sneaking closer and closer to try to get that super suck now. Taking down a member of ZEROZONE could be disastrous for Leopard, who's playing calm, but the super on the jump from Frustrator again. So Guille loses that super, but the pinch is strong and ZEROZONE in trouble here.
All 3 of those ZEROZONE brawlers stacked up on that bottom left corner in a really tricky spot here. Guille has been able to apply fantastic pressure, and just 1 super shot could be able to take down all 3 of them. A nice kill from Chaos finishes off Adri, and that's going to be a 9 to 7 star advantage now for Clash. They are going to be on the defense now, going back to their spawn. Can they stay safe for 3 more seconds? It looks like they'll take the win.
Wow, then Clash coming back strong and actually will take this first set. A bit of a turnaround. It looked like from the beginning that ZEROZONE had this under control, and a few mistakes here and there, and a big change as to what was looking to be quite a straightforward first set for ZEROZONE.
Have Clash finally figured out the secret sauce to take down ZEROZONE? Last game of this set will be coming up very shortly. Let's get it underway.
Wow, my goodness me, then. It is all to play for, then. A lot of franticness going on here. Both teams looking to get early exchanges.
Yeah, shots on top and bottom, but it's going to be first blood for the blue team, and a return fire from Guille, able to grab that kill and keep them ahead now. 6 to 2 stars, a nice, almost decisive advantage for Clash this early in a match. Really hard for ZEROZONE to come back at this point. They're both charging up their supers in that bow totem, and we'll start kind of the mid-game section of this game very soon.
Yeah, the gadget of bow slowing down the pace, as we've seen time and time again here on Snake Prairie, and you know, it does play a big role. You know, having your super can allow you to just put so much pressure on the opposition and force them into corners which they wouldn't otherwise want to be in. Leopard going in with super here.
Whoa!
Take down iChaos, beautifully done. Will retreat now, but can't retreat too far because at the end of the day, ZEROZONE are still in the lead. They need to go back now on the aggressive. They're going to go for the totem, it seems, but I think they could have kept on that aggression, in my opinion, there.
Yeah, it seemed like either they weren't fully aware of the star deficit that they still had, or they were feeling unconfident playing against their opponent's bushes like that with the respawn there. Guille has been playing really, really well, and with all 3 players up on that top side, I think that ZEROZONE weren't feeling too confident to keep the pressure up, but that might have cost them the game here, Art.
I just felt like Leopard probably had 1 shot away from earning another super and could have just pinched the left side. Now going in on Trevor, forced back though from that incendiary star power. Leopard's gonna have to get a pull here. Guille's pulling first though, it seems, and Guille's pull is definitely better, giving Clash a great frustrating gets the kill. It's not enough, and Clash will take it.
Wow, a match that started off seeming so strong for ZEROZONE. They almost pulled off a 2-0 victory, but forced into a draw, and then with their backs against the wall 2 in a row for the reverse sweep, Clash EU have pulled it off. But this match is not over. New fans of ZEROZONE and old fans alike have got their hopes on the remaining sets. We've got a best of 5 here, so keep your eyes peeled for what's to come.
I feel a lot different from the previous game mode.
All right, well, let's get into it. Game number 1 of the second set. Clash EU leading on a 1-0 score. Frustrator dodging that first shot, but letting iChaos get the first bolt. That's going to be an advantage for Team Red. We're seeing an overall heavier comp from ZEROZONE, playing both BB and Frank here, shoving Clash back up into their Ike turret radius. But Adri is going to provide a little bit of that long-range offense that Clash is going to have to worry about as they're able to fire over walls and provide that blocking defense.
Really important takedowns there by Adri. Almost got a second kill as well on the PAM, and that's going to make a big difference, I feel, for this Clash push. Just taking a bit of the wind out of the sails early on. Leopard might even be able to save his super here. I think he will do, to see if ZEROZONE can get back into the mid control quicker. But not a bad start for ZEROZONE. Just needs to get back this mid area control to try to get that the push on the second or third round.
Yeah, pretty brilliant positioning there. A nice dodge by Trevor using that gadget to be able to hop out of Frank's super radius. Clash EU are going to retain that bolt advantage, but it's a pretty thin one, and they didn't get any damage off their first siege bot. Can they get some swings in here with a level 5 siege bot?
Gotta say, I'm a little bit worried for ZEROZONE here. Only 3 bolts banked, as now Clash have equalized those 3, and even if they are to defend this successfully, it's going to be very difficult to get really the final push, and it's going to have to be 100% here. Oh, they have to go for some damage now. Frustrator will have to get a BB ball or something. This is looking a pretty precarious position now for ZEROZONE.
You got to figure that whatever next siege bot's going in is going to deal at least 18% damage. So it's all coming down to this final siege, where those bolts spawn and who is going to have control of the middle of the map. It looks like ZEROZONE is making a comeback now. They're behind in bolts, but they're holding onto the center pretty well. GA goes down, and that's going to be another bolt that ZEROZONE is going to be able to steal from Clash EU. Can they get it up? No! 6 bolts for Clash, and that is going to be the final siege bot for them. Looks like Clash have got this in the bag.
Yeah, ZEROZONE needs to get some damage, and even if they do, they're going to be at the wrong end of the field, because that level 6 bot, although it's not quite your preferred color of purple, but it did go down the map quickly, and Clash will take it. Close at the end, though, to be fair.
Yeah, incredibly close. You actually saw ZEROZONE grab that 6th bolt just a couple seconds late. That wouldn't have been enough to get the bot on their side, but you can really tell that this is an extremely even match. These two teams are so closely positioned in terms of skill, and then
it might not be the best of things in terms of their mindsets.
All right, well, here we go. First bolt spawns over on the right side of the map, and so that's where Guille and Trevor are going to focus their firepower. Not able to take down Frustrator. That's going to be a bolt lead for the ZEROZONE guys, but control of the mid has been decisively claimed now by Clash EU, killing 2 of their opponents and able to get that middle control. They'll get the first siege bot as well and start that momentum push.
Clash, they're looking so comfortable. Again, this is the game in which they really do find themselves at home in. Area control and area denial is definitely their specialty, and already looking so comfortable, not even really going in to get too much damage on this first push, just holding that mid and just taking down ZEROZONE, who seems to be pushing as individuals, not as a team. Leopard on that left-hand side there gets taken down by iChaos, and this is going to be very hard now for his teammates to push back.
Extremely impressive damage right off that first siege bot. Only level 3, but able to get 45% damage off of the Ike, and able to push back the enemy brawlers and deny them a chance to contend for the middle of the map. Clash EU looking once again to get the next bot, but maybe not after all. It looks like ZEROZONE have been able to push into the enemy range and even hold on to the center now. They got a level 5 siege bot and have finally found that counterpunch that they've been waiting so long to deliver.
I actually feel there as if, ZEROZONE couldn't actually stop that bot from that bolt from being banked. Otherwise, they may have decided to leave this round, but a lot of damage going in nonetheless. I just feel like if they'd been able to just hold off this round and keep the control, then they'd have an even bigger opportunity to finalize this in the next round. But still, look at this amount of pinching going on between Leopard and Adri, and the map is just completely cornered off. This could be another bot here for ZeroZone, Woody.
Yeah, unfortunately for iChaos being forced to go the long way around, but that's going to be it. The match is over. ZeroZone have snuck in and got some additional damage in on the Clash icon. That's going to do it. ZeroZone have tied up this game, or this set rather, with a game number 2 win.
I thought there was another bot to come. There was not. ZeroZone just did exactly what they needed to do at the right time and give themselves a bit of space to kind of like think through now how to approach the next time round. But yeah, I mean, they don't, at the moment, Clash are demonstrating more control. They're more relaxed and they're not making as many mistakes. But a bit of a comp change, though. Trevor going with the Rosa pick. How do you feel about that, Woody?
You know, I'm not a huge fan of Rosa on this map, but I guess we'll see if she can work wonders. She's been able to get some plant life deployed over there on the right side of the map, so be able to hide around in those bushes and heal back up could give an advantage in the long term to Clash. I don't see any great way for ZeroZone to be able to knock those bushes down, so that could give a long-term late game advantage to Clash EU. Let's see if they're able to leverage it, though, as it looks like ZeroZone are on their way to the first siege bot here, far and ahead now, holding out of control of the center in the early game.
Yeah, this has been a great round for ZeroZone. It's got to be said. You know, just going out and they might even get this on the first push if they can keep this up. But it does seem now like Trevor's full health, got super, and Guille can't be far off getting super.
Oh, that's
it's coming back fast. Yeah, like the deficit now is not nearly as much as it was when I started talking.
Wow. Oh, it looks almost like Clash was willing to let ZeroZone get that first siege bot. They had some bolts on the field and they didn't go for them, instead opting to allow that level 10 come in to guarantee that they'll get the last laugh.
I like the strategy. It's something that we don't see nearly as often as I think that we should. Teams giving the lead, giving the round to another player can be a good thing. And look here, though, ZeroZone putting a ton of damage down. Not
rewarded this time. Clash EU did their best to hold off that siege bot, but level 10 is something heavy to have to keep off. Look, it was a risky gambit, didn't pay off this time, but kudos to them for making that attempt. I think that when it's all said and done, though, you gotta say that probably would have been better to go ahead and just grab that siege bot when in doubt.
It's a tough call, Woody. It really is. That's the thing.
Soon. It's going to be a relatively heavy comp. We're going to have a Daryl, BB, and Nita on the bottom for ZeroZone.
I was going to say exactly that. That actually was. For me, Nita and BB here, it is definitely the staple diet of comp, and then you can kind of add to that the flavor that you feel best. And ZeroZone obviously feeling that Daryl goes well with that. Actually surprised to see that Clash are not running BB. That is actually kind of a surprise to me.
Now, what makes BB so powerful in this game? I know that Nita's Hyper Bear can just deal a ton of damage in a really short amount of time, but where's BB's strength?
The speed now, since that balance change has made her much more unpredictable and a much more a vengeful force to be reckoned with. And positioning-wise, you can kind of just maneuver and hurt the opposition to where you want them to be for your teammates. And the knockback and the super bouncing on the safe. But look at this. Having said that, as BB is a good brawler, Hyper Bear, go for Clash. My goodness me, blink and you missed it. Nita, dominant there. Wow.
Ursa Major shines bright in the sky. That Hyper Bear dealt a ton of damage and gave the first victory to Clash EU, who said that they need a BB, not them.
Personally, but Clash do mix things up. You never know.
All right, it's both Rico and Barley. The dual robot's going to be dishing out a ton of damage now, hoping to keep ZeroZone at bay. They're going to have a bit of a difficult spot here trying to defend early on, but it looks like they've managed to do it, keeping all of those brawlers away from the safe. They're able to get a few shots of their own now as ZeroZone are moving in. Guille drops a super on that enemy safe, bringing it down to 87%. He'll continue to apply more firepower after finishing off Audrey at the top.
ZeroZone just not able to really kind of make a mark at the moment and just kind of feel, to me, a little bit loose and uncertain of themselves in this game of Heist. And Clash pushing very much together as a united front. And Trevor with Bear now going on the safe, but blocked nicely by ZeroZone. That was nicely done by...
Oh! A ton of damage from iChaos as he goes into the corner now. He's not looking to stay alive long, but he's looking to get a ton of damage out. Drops his gadget right before going down, and that enemy save is going to be down to 36%. A huge advantage for Clash EU as they are really giving us a masterclass in playing this Heist game mode arc.
Yeah, a lot of damage going in there. I don't think Clash got the bear off there, so this could be a chance here if ZeroZone can just kind of stay calmer, more collected. Down goes actually to the left-hand side. Spoke too soon, Woody. Spoke too soon, but they do need to hold themselves better if they're going to be able to get more than just that little measly 7% of damage.
You get holed up in a little corner like that, and that bounce damage from the Rico shots will tear you to ribbons. Well done to Rico, dropping another gadget right on top of the save for maximum firepower. Clash EU in one of the most dominant sets that we've seen. Team composition, but Sprout is coming back into the action for ZeroZone here now.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Trevor going with the Rose pick. I like that. I think that could be the winning brawler for Clash that actually is going to put a lot of pressure on that left-hand side lane. Keep an eye on the gadget and the bushes that will be generating there.
Both teams will be playing BB, so that's some big, heavy action over there on the right side of the map to keep an eye on. Whichever BB goes down first, expect to see the rest of the team collapse around that side. Clash is going to be taking the early lead, though, with Guille as the gym carrier here, healing up and keeping heavy pressure over there on the left side. Trevor punching away, not able to take down Leopard, though, and Clash are going to be forced to retreat if they can't. Wow, actually, iChaos is going in hard in the paint, takes down Adrift, and it's going to make this a 2v2 after all.
Yeah, I like Leopard's positioning now. Good use of the gadget as well to knock Trevor down to under 3,000 HP. But again, that plant life star power is going very much in the hands of Trevor. And I feel like Adrift needs to really kind of place his super to break up those bushes on that left-hand side there to really kind of expose Trevor more. At the moment, Clash with 8 gems are really close to countdown now. I like that super placement, but this is going to be cutting it fine for ZeroZone, if you ask me.
Ooh, Gia getting really low, down to 140 hit points, and he's really got to stay cool and heal back up if he wants to get back into the action anytime soon. Another gem, though, for Trevor, snuck in over on that left side of the map, and he was able to pick one off. Just a 10th gem for Clash, and they'll be able to get that countdown started. Here it goes, a team wipe, and Clash EU are on the path to victory.
It just goes to show one tiny misclick and it can just affect your entire team, and that super placement that Adrift did just didn't quite protect Leopard enough. And
it's not over. It's not over. I'm not sure why, but we just saw Trevor give away all of his gems to ZeroZone, and now it's back in contention. ZeroZone actually have the countdown going in their favor, and if they get this 11th gem, it might not be possible for Clash EU to catch up. They might need to get the kill on Adri. That's gonna be it. ZeroZone, from the jaws of defeat, have pulled off the victory. Wow.
What? I mean, I didn't see that back. I don't even know how that happened. It looked like to me that Clash were comfortably on countdown and ready to kind of like just hunker down in their spawn. That did not happen. Bit of a miss, and now ZeroZone take the round. I mean, I don't know
hate to see it, Art.
Look at that.
Such a brilliant lead claimed by Clash. With
having made that small blunder, that can absolutely root itself firmly within the team morale, and they need to now just kind of like forget what just happened and focus on the present. That is so important when that kind of dynamic is shifted, and we are going to see a bit of a brawler comp change. iChaos now going for BB, and I think that's probably a wise decision. I like also the B pick as well by ZeroZone in retaliation.
Yeah, and a bit of an interesting matchup from both of these teams, changing their brawlers. I'm kind of wish that Clash had just kind of stuck with what they had. I think that it was working really well for them. Had it not been for a tactical error, the strategy seemed to be on point. But nevertheless, we've got a relatively tied-up game. I wish I could see what's going on the top of the map, though, because it looks like some BB action over on the left has got us distracted for now. Trevor charging far up into the top to try to keep GA safe, and it looks like we're finally kind of starting to stabilize again here with Adri in the center, going for that 6th gem, gets it, but it's got a bear chasing him down.
I've got to say, I really like what I'm seeing from ZEROZONE. I love Frustrated's position there, getting a lot of pressure on the spawn. I love Adri's awareness to the needed gadgets, and it was actually used by Trevor and effectively not to any avail. And now look at this. We are about to see potentially a countdown for ZEROZONE, and we could be going to Brawl Ball at this rate.
It's the set point right now. If ZEROZONE gets this countdown off, we are going to go to Brawl Ball indeed, Ark, and it looks like that's going to happen unless we see an upset turnaround just like we saw in the first game. I think that this is going to be over very soon. Congratulations to ZEROZONE getting that stomp down victory in Gym Grab off of what seemed like Clash's walkaway win.
Well, I mean, now it's just got really, really interesting. And, you know, are ZEROZONE going to do the comeback, do the thing which is against their odds? And, you know, in Brawl Ball, Sprout being on the cards, I mean, this really now is anyone's to play for. Because you might get the upper hand in terms of what's going to be coming into the game soon.
All right, well, I'm really excited to get underway with the final set of today. Clash EU versus ZEROZONE EU, both vying for championship in this region. It all comes down to who gets the win in this match here and now. It's going to be no clear advantage for either team starting off. It's going to be with just a little bit of an advantage, though, I guess now as ZEROZONE are moving in for the first attack.
Oh, bit of a wasted wall there by that super from Adrift, and that's just going to be kind of, we got it back quickly to give the guys some credit. But that you've got to remember, guys, you know, since the balancing of Sprout, his walls can be completely eradicated by the team if they do have invincibility coming out of their spawn. So bear those things in mind. That will change the way the game is played in this particular map.
Okay, interesting note there. Clash EU not playing too aggressively now. They're basically just going to reset the playing field here and see what ZEROZONE is going to do. ZEROZONE actually makes a really aggressive play here and is able to push Clash back up into their spawn, forcing El Primo back. He hasn't been able to get a big super off yet, and that's kind of what I've been waiting for. Launches into Leopard, but it doesn't even get the kill there. Trevor pushed back by Frustrator. Might be the MVP for this ZEROZONE team.
Yeah, at the moment, it's definitely been ZEROZONE on the more aggressive side of things, getting more opportunities. But again, Clash with their patience, and they do pick their moments to do their pushes very, very specifically around that in mind. I mean, for me, I think you've got to take down Guille, really. You know, having Sprout with Super is such a strong thing to have when you're on the defense. And, you know, that was quite a nice little super there from Adrift. But getting Sprout down, I think, for me, is going to make a big impact on which of these two teams are going to score first.
All right, well, we're down to 30 seconds now and no goal yet for either team. Remember, if we go to overtime, all of these obstacles are going to come crashing down just like the walls of Jericho. We are going to have 20 seconds remaining until that time happens. If you've got your super charged up, you want to keep onto it because when those obstacles go down, you might have a clear shot at goal. Just need to get a little bit past that midpoint line, and a super could give you the win that you're looking for. Guille is going to make the shot. He's holding on to it. Oh, he throws his super away.
Yeah, I feel like it might have been a misclick there, which might come back to bite, but if Trevor he can't even push because Leopard's there. And now, what turned into a really advantageous position for Clash has just turned into a more defensive one, as ZEROZONE have got a second chance. If that could have been there, done, and dusted, Woody.
Still lots of damage coming in from ZEROZONE, firing away as best they can, but they're being pushed back hard by this El Primo, finally getting a chance to take another breath here. We're at 35 seconds left, and Frustrator making his chance. Can he get that super off? Remember, he just has to get barely past that halfway point. That's the super shot! The goalie block from Guille keeps it out, and this game is still going on. Trevor for the shot! It's past the line! That's it! Clash have got the goal!
But it didn't come smoothly. I think it was a tricky angle at best for ZEROZONE, really. I mean, they were going to struggle to score from that position, in my opinion, but it was worth the shot. I think that, you know, the Clash got not lucky, but very fortunate in their respects, given the fact that that was almost a bit of a misplay towards the end of that game, Woody.
A group performance that we've seen of the Brawl Stars Championship of this year so far. So really pleased to see the high level of competition that we've reached, and looking forward to the conclusion, which will come in the next several minutes.
Again, we saw this already before with this early pushing up by ZEROZONE, and Clash are just going to be taking their time. They don't need to be going in too hastily, but are getting a nice spawn pinch. Super from Gia is going to force back. Look at this! Left-footed Andrews are now completely stuck behind this wall, allowing this Clash to push up. My goodness me, another one!
Oh, man. It's the double plant. It's a wall of growth that they're going to have to try to get past now. iKaos for the shot. It's in the goal.
Amazing start. I mean, what can you do when you've got 3 Sprout Superstars covering all possibility? You're going to push up. You're going to push up, continue the pressure, and that lets the goal now. A lot now on the shoulders of ZEROZONE to do about now. But a good pass to Leopard might be able to score here now with that takedown.
Oh my goodness.
It's going to level up the scoreboard on the goals, 1 apiece.
Wow, the return fire comes in hot, and Clash and ZEROZONE are once again tied up in this game. Much different from the last game that we just saw. This is some high score and really fast-paced action. Can we find a winner? Clash and ZEROZONE both vying to move on in this region as champions, but it's all come down to this final set. ZEROZONE at the disadvantage now, trying to find another opportunity to score, but it looks like Clash have got ball control and will be moving into the center field.
That for me was a really important super there by GA to shut down that right-hand side lane. It looked to me like ZEROZONE may have gone to score, and now look at this from Clash.
That's
it. They can't. The wall is blocking. He's got to pass the GA.
Wow.
ZEROZONE just Leopard now.
Hold on, can he get in it? There it is!
Me! An amazing trick shot past the Trevor, and Clash will take it. My goodness me!
Congratulations to Clash EU in a bit of a pickle from the 3rd match on, but able to pull it off nonetheless. ZEROZONE have really made a strong statement in this match here today, but Clash EU victorious and will advance. Congratulations to them.
Winning